Must be hoop season. Jimmy Patsos in studio.
I thought I was here because the Ravens won last night. You see those unis?
Those are
purple
right.
with the gold.
You like the color rush, huh? I thought theirs looked really good last night. Color rush is probably the most hit or miss idea in the history of the NFL.
Look, with the NFL ratings, they got to try everything. But I thought it was a good color scheme. I only got to watch the first half. I was driving for the second half. They're 5-4. They're in first place. Yep. They hold serves. Thank God Cincinnati seems to be struggling. We'll see if the Giants can do it. You know what's funny is when you beat the Browns, everybody beats the Browns.
Right.
But
you have to do it still.
They lost to the Giants and the Jets, and they're going to play our division. So can they, in other words, you got to kind of hold serve.
I was at the beginning of the losing streak. I'm a Raiders fan. My nephew and now my daughter are Ravens fans. So
You're Raiders?
I'm a Raiders fan.
I went to the Raiders-Ravens game this year.
I was
Carr
there.
is good.
I was there. I'm sure your seats were a little better than mine. I was going to say.
If you're in the stadium, you can't let Crabtree catch three. Hey, after the first 2 touchdown passes, how do you let? I went right over that with our team. I talked to Evan Fisher and Javion. When you're in the back, you can't let the player catch the ball, especially the best player in the deep corner. But we were at Fresno when we played in the CBI. We were out in Fresno and it was pro day. They had like a receiver, a cornerback, and Carr working out.
Okay.
That guy, he's turned into. He's got a great year. The Raiders are going to the playoffs.
Don't get him too excited, Coach.
I'm trying to keep it real. You know what I mean? Like they've been bad for so long. I'm trying not to go crazy.
Yeah, but when you saw him in other words, that's how our team in person is big.
Yeah.
Javion Brett, Evan Fisher's a big kid. Then Levon's a big guard when you want. Nico Clarith has a lot of good size. Okay, Keeson Khalil, a little small. Santi can play. But we have some big bodies. Willem. Sammy Friday, May redshirt for us. Herder's kid's big. Tom Herder's 6'6" guard. We have some size. When I saw the Raiders in person, Levack, I thought they were impressive.
That offensive line. They're monsters.
Offensive line.
They're monsters.
Carr's big. He's big.
Yeah. I like I said, it's one of those things. Like they've been bad for so long.
What do they watch? Mad Max and the Road Warrior before every game?
Every game. They must. They got to. They're just, it's difficult for me. I'm not ready yet.
You have contained excitement, he has, because the AFC West with the Chiefs and Broncos, he's excited, but since 2002, he hasn't been able to feel this experience.
He'll tell you.
It's funny because as a Ravens fan, and we'll switch to basketball, please come to the game Sunday at 2 p.m. We're playing Cornell. They have 2 great guards, Hatter and Morgan. They're really good, Cornell. They're all Ivy. These 2 kids got a new coach. Coach Earl, who played at Princeton's had a storied career. Come to the game Sunday at 2. But all I'm watching now, segueing, is the division. All I care about as a Ravens fan, that's my squad, is our division, because everything else is irrelevant.
Nobody seems to want it yet. Nobody's ready to take it.
I haven't watched. They've been notoriously good, with the red-headed monster back there from TCU. What's his name?
It's Andy Dalton.
He's tough.
Yeah, well, see, the problem with Andy Dalton is his arm's not strong enough when it gets windy.
And
so they always do well.
Thank God we didn't play him when he's windy, because I've lost to them too. But anyways, Ben played. But in other words, we have a chance to make the playoffs. And just like in baseball with the wild card thing, like if you make the playoffs, you got a chance.
Right. Once you're invited to the dance, it's all. So
anyways, I watch the NFL closely. I now have 10 days off. I'll watch a little Giants. I'll banter with Parcells a little if I get him about his teams. I got a lot of Cowboys fans. Is Romo the happiest man in the world? Don't play, stay healthy. $15 million for the Jets next year.
Pretty much. And on top of that, we were just talking about earlier.
I wouldn't want to play if I'm him.
Do you think there's any way Dak Prescott finishes the season? The kid's never played more than 12, 13 games.
No, but he will. He's probably pretty excited.
Well, he'll get Romo to like the fourth quarter Super Bowl. Romo come in, kneel down a couple times, and get a ring.
Could you imagine? You'd be the first one who to call that, by the way.
No, but I'm saying if I'm Romo, I don't want to play because I might get hurt, and then I can't get the 15 next year and go to the Jets and. Because this guy's obviously the real deal for the Cowboys.
They're using him right too. They're smart. It's like one of those things. Like you've got a kid who's not used to running a pro style offense. Don't drop him back 35 times and let him sling it down the field. Hand off to Ezekiel Elliott. Stay behind that line. Play smart.
Put him in a position to be successful.
Basically, the way they brought Brady up.
Red zone, down and outs, throw it away and run the ball.
There you go.
Don't turn it over in the red zone, but. They're quietly 6-1. I think the Patriots are really good. Obviously they know what they're doing, and they went 3-1 without Brady. That said a lot. But I don't know. The NFL's been. I don't know what the thing. I was kidding about the ratings. I'm a kind of a religious watcher of that. Now I'll switch to college basketball. Although I'm going to the Union hockey game tonight.
Are you really?
They're playing. I'm going to go and going to watch I'll watch a little on my phone. I'm actually getting that level, but. Binghamton plays Cornell. I'll watch that tape tomorrow morning. We go through practice. Yeah, I got tickets from this guy who's got like really good seats. I'm taking my wife, she's a big Penguins fan. Michelle, she's a great woman, supports us great, but she likes hockey a little bit. And they're playing St. Lawrence for like first place. It's like the best teams in the league. I've already gone to an RPI game. And I'm bringing Khalil Richards, who's my starting freshman point guard, and Santi Shivers, who's going to start or play a lot. Two guys that, let's just say, haven't been to a college hockey game or a hockey game. So I'll go for like the first period, half of the second, and get them out of there. But I want to go.
Yeah,
I mean, former national champions. You know, good hockey.
No, he's good. Bennett's a tough guy, but they're off to a good start.
Yeah.
And St. Lawrence has picked second or third, so I want my kids to see, like, these two kids. I just picked them and said, we'll grab Wendy's. It's not a violation, NCAA. But, like, anyways, like, check it out. This is hockey. Because I brought my team. What's funny is when you build a program, in other words, we're at Siena now 4 years. Everybody's gone to Niagara Falls. We'll still go there when we go to Buffalo. You see different things. But, like, I've taken my team to college hockey games, so I'm only taking the new guys. You know, in other words, you don't have to teach as many tricks. You don't have to bring to other stuff around here because whether you go to Chester Arthur's grave, you don't have to bring the whole team because a couple of them have seen it a couple times.
That always amazes me. Jimmy Patsos, head coach of Siena men's basketball, with us right here on 104.5 The Team. You find motivation and teaching tools, it seems like everywhere but the world of basketball.
Well, don't worry. No, today we taught about basketball. We do basketball on the court. I mean, it's 2 hours. Today we talked about playing hard and having fun. You have to get emotional. But when in doubt, offensive rebound. When in doubt, protect the paint. Protect your bat. The closer you get the ball to the basket, you're going to score. The further away you can keep the team, the less their chances of scoring decrease. Marquise and Khalil and Nico and Levon know this. They've heard it before. But yes, I went to Chester Arthur's grave the day of the election day. We visited a president and we voted for a president. But you have to let them know Chester Arthur's right there. There's only been 45 presidents. Van Buren's a little bit away. And they might not think they like it, but it sinks in, and I think eventually they like it.
Coach, you want to take any calls, or you just want to hang out?
Whatever you want. I work for you. I don't want Zach and Roger to come try and kill me again, so I'll do whatever you guys want.
Zach is on his way to New Hampshire for football, and Raj is at Penn State. So
yeah, Rogers at Penn State, right?
So you're safe right now.
They could beat Penn State tonight. They'll give them all they want if they could. Will's good ball control, excellent. By the way, Will Brown and I've told him it's a great coach. We just mess around. I mess around and give him a little, heat sometimes.
476-1045. Coach, we got Chris in Waterford. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, guys. How are you? Coach Patsos, how you doing?
Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Coach, I have a question for you. With returning an experienced team like you have this year, especially with Javion, Marquise, Levon, and
Brett.
How do you keep the players from not getting overconfident, especially heading into league play?
That's an excellent question, Chris. It starts with I show them the First of all, we lost to Cornell last year. That's 1. 2, GW won the NIT. 3, Kansas is 3rd in the country. 4, UNC Asheville went to the NCAA. Arkansas Pine Bluff is coming off a rebuilding year. They're better. Albany, we don't have to talk about that game. They're just really good program. 4 straight postseason. St. Bonaventure was probably the last team left out of the NCAA. Hofstra came and went to the NIT last year and played GW. Vermont's the most successful team besides Albany in the America East. Bucknell won the NIT, went the Patriot League and went to the NIT. We're playing them in Glens Falls. That's an experiment game. Every team we played, we have the toughest non-conference schedule in our league by far. So in other words, being honest, you're like, here, we're really good. They wrote about us, but everyone we've played has had proven success. So we've had 20 wins 2 out of 3 years, but everybody we play is good. Monmouth's picked ahead of us. Iona's the defending champ. Manhattan won it 2 out of the last 3 years. St. Peter's has won it in the last 5 years. But you have to just show the players they're good, but we're good. And then you have to tell them they're good, but yes, we can still win. But that's an excellent question.
Yeah, Coach, my second part of the question is finally Siena has some size and some true depth. I mean, we always say we're deep, but, generally you go maybe 7, 8 deep. I know your first year you played a lot of guys. But, I mean, this year...
Yeah, that's because that was tryouts.
I mean, we are a big team. We're a bigger team than we're accustomed to, especially, like you said, with Holiday if he doesn't redshirt.
Yeah, no, we're a big team, but you have to tell. And I went over that today. Mark Singulace was there. Scott Knapp was at practice. He's going to do our games on the road. Grzoulis does them at home. And Scott Knapp, who was a great player from Utica, a really good shooter, was at practice. And we talked about it. And he was over there, nodding his head. Yes, the ball has to go inside. We got to give it to Javion, Brett, And then it can be kicked out, and then outside shooters are open. The one thing is Evan Fisher's a big kid for us. He's 6'8", but he can really shoot the three. And I'm down with that. He's like Bill Laimbeer. He's a kind of dirty, rough player, but he can shoot threes. But you have to spread the defense out by proving you have an inside game. On the other hand, it's a guard league, so I'm a little nervous, Once we get everybody back, Nico's knee's not fully. Kadeem smitten from transfer from Richmond's. Nico and Kadeem are coming off knee surgery. They're probably 80%. They're going to play, which means that they're 100% because your opponents don't care. Levon has to miss the first 3 games. Levon's had a great fall. He's been in a great mood. He's doing everything right. He just did some things in the last couple of years that he just amassed some points on his license where he has to miss 3 games. It's been great. But until we get healthy, we're going to be in a little bit of experimental phase, but we can go inside. And Javion Oganyemi, what a great kid. He's really worked hard. A kid from Troy and he's worked on his shot every day. He's like doing this Draymond Green thing where we advance his game out a little.
Okay.
But in the paint is where you win the games in college basketball. And and once you establish that, you can go outside. But we're excited for the year, and I'm excited for the MAC. It's about the MAC and then the 3 games in March. And I think we're going to be a lot better team in February and March than we will earlier. I really mean that. And with depth, be careful, because sometimes you have too many chemistry problems. In other words, when you have 7 kids, everybody knows who's playing. 8's fine. 9, somebody's left out. And, 2016 kids today, they're just so selfless and caring about the team that it's easy to sit there and cheer. They're like, I hope that guy breaks his leg.
That's what Goss has been saying. He thinks
I
you're almost
to shoot every time.
That's right. That's exactly
My
right.
mother's calling you.
Coach, you hanging out for another segment?
I'll do whatever you tell me.
I was going to have one question for Coach before we get to the next segment here. It's about his schedule, because you just ran through it. You already knew some of your opponents coming up in December and January.
I know everybody we're playing.
Yeah.
That keeps me awake. I'm a loose guy, and actually I have fun, not these 4 months.
Ivy League overall, Cornell's that first opponent. I was there in Providence last year watching Yale take down Baylor. We've seen Princeton take Kentucky in one NCAA tournament to the last shot. We've seen Cornell
Harvard's won 2 games in 4 years in the NCAA.
I'm sure you want to give love to the MAC, but is the Ivy League maybe the most underrated college basketball conference in the country?
Yes, and I think Penn and Princeton, that's great. Pete Carrill and Fran Dunphy at Penn and Princeton were always clearly that was a different level, though. But those kids were just like Ivy League kids and Ivy League players, and it was a good thing. Amaker woke the league up. First, Cornell did it a little bit. By the way, Cornell's been really good. They just keep having injuries. You don't have as much depth in the Ivy League,
right.
Mm-hmm. The Ivy League's really an interest. But Tommy Amaker, with his Duke ties, has come in and said, if you can't go to Duke, I don't want to cast aspersions on another school, but why go to a school, let's just say in the American Conference, right? Just give you some, or Conference USA, where Jeff Jones, my friend's the coach at Old Dominion, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why go there when you can go to Harvard? Now, you might have to pay $10,000 a year to go to Harvard, or 20, right?
But
in other words, you're going to get that. In other words, I went to Duke, a fantastic academic school that happens to be a great basketball player. But playing for Mike Krzyzewski and Duke probably did as much for Tommy Amaker as his own playing ability, is my point.
Sure.
Right.
Because he didn't make the NBA. He's not Johnny Dawkins. In other words, why not go to Harvard? Yeah, if you can go to Michigan. In other words, why go to Siena for a full scholarship when you can go to Harvard and pay $10,000 or $15,000? He did. So then Yale figured it out. In other words, it's not just regular Yale kids. Let's go talk another kid in. It doesn't matter, hey, if you're smart and poor, you don't have to pay to go there. You know that, right? Yeah. That's how they don't give scholarships.
The recruiting style is much different than other conferences.
If you're smart and poor, you don't pay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, how do you find that combination? That's a different, that can happen. It happens all over the place, but he's convinced. In other words, I don't know the exact systematics of it all. I'm just saying, why not make $50,000 to $70,000 investment in your future? Because Siena's a full ride. John Dargenio, myself, Brother Ed, the MAC, Rich Enzer. It's a great league. We all know that. But you can go to Harvard, but you got to pay a little. It's $250 to go to Harvard, okay, for 4 years, right?
Okay,
it's about $60,000 plus fees. Pay $50 and go here. In other words, Amaker did it, and guys started turning down the high mid majors to go to Harvard. That's what's happened in the Ivy League. So the level of play has gone up.
Right.
Or there's some kids that are really good and have money, and they'll pay the $250, and there's some kids that have no money. But I really credit Tommy Amaker for that. Really broadening the scope. Like, hey, you're from California and you're really smart. Why don't you come here instead of going to Stanford? Hey, Stanford's okay, but they don't draw that well. I want to go to UCLA. I get it. But why not go to Harvard? Or why not go here instead of Let's give you a good one, like Long Beach State's going to give me a full ride. There's nothing wrong with Long Beach State, but come on. But if you pay $15,000 a year with your grades, we can get it's $60,000. Take a loan. Brilliant.
Right.
Yale's followed suit.
And that piece of paper on your wall that says Harvard is going to make you $60,000 just shaking hands.
Yeah, I mean, this is a life. I'll invest in your future. Why don't you invest in your future? And that's where I think it's changed a little, in my opinion.
Jimmy Patsos with us right now, head coach of the Siena Saints. We're going to get into this Sunday's game just a little bit deeper when we come back next.